G'day dear friends, welcome to Xrissart. My name is Chrissy. Thank you for joining me to part 1, Gumnut and Frog with PanPastels. First of all, I wanted to say hi Chandri, hi Cherry. You know what, I made a mistake when I was setting up the stream and I made it for 8 o'clock this evening, Aussie time, Eastern Standard Time. And I made a mistake and I went, oh, hang on a minute, this is not right. And I changed it very quickly. But our clocks, also our daylight saving has finished with us here here on the east coast of Australia. So, because not all of the states do daylight saving, I've got to tell you. So I just have to apologise for my mistake there. So, but I would love to know what time it is over there. What time is it over there where you are? For example, in the Netherlands. And Cherry, have your clocks gone back to? Oh no, sorry. Have your clocks gone now to daylight saving? Yes. Oh, geez. Must have had a few. Okay. Yeah, I was expecting 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Oh my gosh. Good job, I checked again. Yeah, oh, that's okay. That's okay. So I do apologise. So it's 11 p.m. in the UK right now. Ooh. Oh, okay. Oh, is that late for you, Cherry? Okay, our clocks, let me see, Cherry. Yeah, me too. I thought noon tomorrow, but then I was sad because I would miss that. No, you're here now. Well, let's get cracking. Hi, Sneaks. G'day, Deb. Hello. I always say Sneaks and then Deb, don't I? But I just should say Deb. It's just that when some of our friends come in, we've got a few Debbies and stuff like that. So I've got to say it like that, so you know that I know that that you've come in and wanted to say hello, of course. Okay. I've missed you all. Oh my gosh, last week, I miss a week and I feel like I've missed so much. Okay, well, I've missed a week because I was in a workshop for PanPastels, and I tell you what, I had the best time, and I'll talk about it while I'm painting. Just to let you, for those who are really only concerned about the painting, just say Sneaks. Okay, all right. Okay, so. Well, just to explain what I'm doing right here, so we can get the art stuff out of the way. Let me see. Here, we'll do it with I like my wooden ruler. Okay, so the painting here is 30 centimeters by 25. So, and the Pastelmat, it's Pastelmat, and it's dark blue. And what I have is, I didn't do that. Oh, I'll have to, that's right, I couldn't find it. Oh, sorry. This is what I'm painting. I'm painting a frog on a gumnut. Now, can I tell you, this is surreal because this is a green tree frog. The gumnut is only, it could be 2 centimeters, right? It is tiny. So this is a macro shot. A macro shot of a gumnut, a eucalyptus gumnut. And the tree frog would probably be maybe the size of or maybe the palm of my hand or the size of my hand. But I do surreal, you know that. So I thought, when I looked at the gumnut, I went, that gumnut looks too lonely. I go, wouldn't it be interesting if we could put some kind of creature on there? And I thought, what better? What is a gumnut? Oh, it's okay, a gumnut. It's a part of, it's on the eucalyptus tree. It is, I suppose it's not quite a flower, because what happens is that there's also like a nut that sort of comes out of it, not for eating or anything like that. Anyway, it's an Australian thing. Oh my gosh, I should be more aware of my, but anyway, that's what it is. Hi Kathy. Oh, hi from Denmark. Here it is, midnight. I caught this session by happy accident and don't have materials ready. Will it be recorded? Yes, this will be recorded, and it's not, I haven't made it as a tutorial, but I can do it as a tutorial, no problem. It's usually on my Patreon channel when I put all my personal projects and tutorials in real time, although I do introduce what we do on Patreon here, so you know, but it's more over there that I do that. But yeah, you're quite welcome to have a crack at it, absolutely. But I've already made a start because I was doing this project on my workshop, which I'll tell you all about. Ali, our pigment specialist. I've got to talk to you about some pigments actually. Okay, just got the Caran d'Ache Neo 6.9s, oh, the coloured pencils, yes. Neo art. Hang on, isn't the 6901 the luminance? I wish they brought back the old Neo Art Aquarelle that was discontinued years ago, as the old ones are bigger in size compared to the new ones. You're going to have to explain a little bit. I hope we're talking about the same thing, that's all. Okay, Chandri said something Australian. Yes, that's right, something Australian, that's right. Okay, all right, get with the program. Okay, so for people who might be interested in what I've done so far, what I have done, I've applied masking film. Some people would know it as frisket, and I've done that. And I applied PanPastels very softly on my background. And before I did that, I actually I cut away very gently with a very sharp knife, an X-Acto knife, something like that. But remember the blade, and it has to be a very sharp blade, because when a blade is not sharp, you tend to put more pressure to try to cut something, correct? So with this one, we don't want to put pressure on the surface. All we want is the tip to be touching the frisket or the masking film just enough to score it so you can lift it off. Okay, so it takes a bit of practice. Some people get it straight away. Some people never get it, but they still do it. That's okay. But you know, it's just a way to mask the subject when I just want to go very nicely across and make it all nice and even. As you can see, look, it's all nice and even. So that's the trick with that. No mysteries. And mind you, I got this trick from our friend Unmasked Art. And I remember many years ago, I said to him, not that many, but a lot. And I said to him, I go, oh, Will, I go, this is awesome. I go, do you mind if I introduce this in my work and, you know, and tell people about it? And he goes, nope, go ahead. So that's where I got that idea from. And he's one of the first to be doing it that way. I mean, I know people mask with using masking tape for oil paints and stuff like that, but I'd never seen, unless someone else had been doing it, I'd never seen anyone do it this way. So I thought, let me have a crack at it. And I've developed a thing with it. But remember, sharp blade. Even after maybe one or two projects, pushing 3, okay? I don't actually bin the blades, but I use the blades for when I want to cut paper, like, you know, other things, pencils, you know what I mean? So I don't throw those away, but I do change the blade when I do this. Louise! Hello. Morning, Chrissy and all. Finally had a weekend free. Been a hectic couple of weeks. Lovely to be back with you all. Beautiful. Okay, are they water soluble? These, you can use water if this is what you mean. Oh, hang on. I'm not sure what you mean. Wait a minute. Okay, all right, so now we got this out of the way. Let me get into the brushes and stuff like that. Now, I did use the Sofft tool sponge to create a nice smooth, a smooth background, but now I'm going to go things like the Sofft tool sponges, things like this. I use something like that to cover my area very quickly, very smoothly, very nicely. Yes, so that things like this. Anyway, so I'm going in with brushes on this one. So my frog. Let me see. I think I need something here. Okay, and the tools that I use, some people might be interested at the moment. I do use all kinds of brushes. I swear I do. Anything that's going to give me the outcome that I'm going for. So anyone new checking this out, these are the sorts of things I use. If you've got old brushes, you can even hack these down. What time is it for you? Now it is 12 minutes past 8 in the morning, Sunday morning. Right. Yeah. Okay, so let me get back to it. I'll tell you what I've been up to. That's why I've missed you guys and gals. I think I might come up here a little bit. I'll do that. But this part here is sort of blurry. But as we come down here, the only part which is going to be in great detail is my tree frog and just this area here. So what time is it for all of you that are joined here? Is it like really late in Europe? Yeah, see, the times have changed, you see. That's what's happened. All right. Well, I'll just tell you what's happened for me last week. Last week I was invited to do or to conduct a pan pastel workshop, and in a place called Albury-Wodonga. Albury-Wodonga is on the border of New South Wales and Victoria, and I'm talking on the east coast of Australia. So New South Wales is here. Sorry, New South Wales is here, for all of those who don't know, and Victoria is just underneath. And I was on the border. Albury was on one side and Wodonga was on the other side. But a lot of people will call that area Albury-Wodonga. I don't know why it is like that, but it just is. Anyway, so I had a lovely time. I was introducing what all of you people here on YouTube know of what we do, but there's still a lot of people that don't know much about PanPastels. And if they do, they don't consider it. The ones that know about it think that it's awesome, but the ones that don't struggle a little bit about what it's all about. They're not quite sure what to do with it. They've heard about it. So I just went ahead and demonstrated. I demonstrated the basic. It was more or less of an introduction to it. Now, granted, it was my first time doing this pan pastel workshop, but I have been doing this for years online, and I teach online. I've been doing Patreon. I've been presenting, not teaching, but I've been presenting on Patreon for about, it's going now on to 5 years. So every week, a couple of times every week. And of course I do YouTube, and here we are all together. So I've been doing it for a long time, but I actually hadn't done it when I mean like as in you place me in a room and then there are people, I can actually see the eyes looking at me. This is how I was talking about it. I go, well, now I can see the eyes. And so, yeah, so that's what it was all about, really. And I had an absolutely fabulous time, and everyone was just lovely and welcoming, and you know, and it's like, you know, these country towns, like it's always like that. And I'm sure the country towns, it's like everywhere, you know, they're just so lovely, you know, just so lovely. I mean, and where I live, I mean, I live coastal country, but it's not like a country town. It is more suburban, but still, you know. So I had a lovely time. And I was, you know, talked about techniques and stuff like that. And then I started doing a project. Actually, this was my second project that I was doing. And I thought, oh, this will be good because I'll be doing this on my, I'll be doing this on my regular channel. And I thought I might as well start. G'day, Paula. Hello. One of the attendees was Paula. Just popped in to say hello, heading to my oh, yes. Oh, it's this weekend. Watercolor workshop. Way to go, Paula. How are you, darling? Nice to see you. Chrissy was, oh, look, there we go. Thank you, Paula. That's sweet. Chrissy was a natural teacher. She didn't know. Oh, thank you so much, honey. Okay, Louise, friends here in New Zealand grew up in Albury Wodonga. No idea if I spelt that right. Yes, you did. Oh, no, Albury. A-L-B-U-R-Y. But, and Wodonga. W-O-D-O-N-G. But I know what you mean. Yeah. No idea if I spelled they always say the two names to get. I know. I did ask the locals, and I did talk about that. I go, the locals will say the separate because they're just different areas. That's all. But everyone else in Australia, anyone else, they call it Albury Wodonga. No idea. I don't know. Okay, the new Caran d'Ache Neo 690 wax. So wax oil pastel. You know what? Okay, are you enabling, Ali? Are you enabling? I think you are. I'm curious of your brushes. How soft are they? Most of them are very short. Yes. I'm glad you asked. Okay, so these are makeup brushes. And I'll explain why I went down that track. Now these two are makeup brushes. You buy them like this. They are available on Amazon. Now I went when I was discovering sorry dogs. When I was discovering, well, I'd already been using PanPastels with the Sofft tools for a very long time, the Sofft tool sponges and all of that. But then I wanted to go in a little bit with a little bit more detail. And I go, oh, I wonder if a brush would help. And that's where it started, my trek for finding the ideal brush. I was in my supermarket and I came across these. And I go, I wonder if these would work, because I was experimenting. Now the reason why, and this is a very good question, Kathy. Is that how you say your name? Please correct me if I'm wrong. And so I was interested in the bristles. The bristles have to have a little bit of a snap. So when you flick the bristles, there's a bit of a snap. They shouldn't be too soft. They should be soft enough to pick up the pastel from the pan, and and firm enough to put on the paper. Now this is not the only brush. These are some of the other brushes, which is a watercolor, maybe universal painting brush. And I've modified it. When I say modified, I really do mean that. I cut brushes down. Hang on, let me show you. Well, it's not that far away. Oh my gosh, and it might be. Hang on. I mean, it's disappeared on me. Hang on. I use even oil painting brushes and I cut them up and I modify them so to use for a particular technique. So if you've Kathy, if you've got an old universal style synthetic brush that you're not using, I would cut it down and experiment. Okay, experiment. That's all I'm saying. So, but these ones are, and I've used all kinds. I use all kinds of brushes. Everything. I use everything. Don't know where it's gone. It's just disappeared on me. The big one that I've actually chopped up, it was an oil painting brush. It was here a moment ago. Anyway, but there you go. That's the story about them. Different states, yeah. Okay, Chrissy, the Neo Art is a combination of luminance, Neo Pastel, Neo Color. It uses light fast pigments from the luminance range, which is why it says 6901. Oh my golly gosh. I'm going to go looking for that one. And is that what they're called? Neo Art. Neo Art 6901. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Well, you know I'm going to go for it. Okay, so Kathy. So as you can see, I use a palette, and this is how I apply the pastel. And you know, I'll use different sides of it, you know, to help me, especially this angular side, that one. What happens is I can go and do corners and very easily without, you know, going into areas that I don't want. So that's the reason why. My name is pronounced like Katie. Oh, okay. I shall call you Katie. I tried one of those old tutorials using my watercolor brushes. They didn't work well for me. Yes, because it's got to be. These are eco tools. Just so you know, they're eco tools. I know that they're available on Amazon. Have a look at that. They're ECO tools. Have a look. Yeah, the reason why it didn't work is because it has to be a certain type of a bristle. Okay, it's got to be a little bit firm but soft. I don't know how else to, and a snap. I don't know how else to describe it. There you go. So what I want, Ali, I'm so glad you're here today because, and I don't know if anyone is interested in this kind of thing. I was looking at the Jackson's website on like on YouTube, where there were some videos where they were introducing the paint makers. Okay, people like Roman Schmal, Daniel Smith, Michael Harding, who else? All of these paint makers, and each one they were talking about pigments, and it's interesting. So sometimes us artists get upset when a color has been discontinued. There is a reason for that. There's a few reasons. One, they may not be able to get that pigment again. Two, so they may not be able to get that again. And so one time, I think Daniel Smith, the CEO of Daniel Smith, talked about purchasing pigment that could last for, I don't know, 10, 20 years, whatever. Do you see what I mean? So, and then they also talked about, and all of them were talking about us artists and what we like. And, you know, and the one thing that they always want to be is they want to be consistent. Apart from the light fastness, all of that, the light fastness, everything. They want to be consistent because we want to know, say we do a painting and we paint something and then we walk away for about a week or a day, and then we, out of the tube again, we want to, push out some paint out of a tube. We want it to be exact, don't we? So the paint makers are conscious of that. So yes, so when they discontinue, when they discontinue a pigment. It's all about sourcing it. It could be too expensive. They may not be able to source the pigment. Things like that. Putting another pastel order in tonight. Whoops. Ah, jeez. Go, baby, go. So what are you getting? Paula, what are you getting? Yes. You know, and then sometimes when they find when they find the same pigment, you know, they've got to think about how they ground, how it like how the pigment lays, like the paint lays. There are so many variables, and I just found that really fascinating. So I thought, Ali, you're our pigment specialist, right? And interesting. Oh, look, sorry, all those noises are my dogs. I beg your pardon. I don't know what they're doing. They've noticed something that they probably see all the time. Yes, okay. Okay. All right, so, excuse me. Okay. So I found that really interesting as far as, you know, because pigments really do, I'm really fascinated with the way that they make things. I really, really do like that side of it. So this part of my gum nut, I know it sounds funny the way I say it, but that's what it is. It's a eucalyptus thing. So it's a bit on the blurry side. So don't adjust your screens. They are a bit blurry, okay? So, okay. And, so here, Katie, look, see, I've picked up the brush. I've picked up with the brush. Okay, now here I've picked up too much, right? So what I do is I dab that, and that's probably just enough for me to continue. Remember, it's a there is a learning curve with this technique, but once you get it, it's very hard to go back to anything else. You know, maybe it's a way to incorporate it in your, you know, in your work. Okay, putting another, okay. Oh, I thought you meant the neo. Oh. Okay, the blue set of Art Spectrum Xrissart and Kathy's sponges. Ah, yes, you're talking about these sponges. These ones. They're like fingers, aren't they? They're called round. They're soft tool sponges. They're round. Okay. Those ones. Xrissart. Yeah, the Xrissart are really nice pastels. See, there's, yeah. I've been using these on my Pelican project. So yeah, they're really nice. I like those as well. Yeah, oh, yeah. So yes, so Ali and anyone, are you interested in, I know Ali is because he tells us stuff. We learned from Ali here. So is anyone interested in like pigments and stuff like that? Because I am. I love it. Well, you see, you know what I want to get. You know what my next purchase is, but it's just too much money. And I want to get it from Japan, actually. It's from Japan that I want to get it. Well, because I can't see them here the way I saw them. Do you remember, I don't know if you know, if you go onto some of these, the Japanese have got pigments in vials. And they make their they make their watercolor paint out of those vials. And these vials might be, like, you know, remember like in school when we had test tubes? They're like that. But then there's like, you know, so many pigments in a set. It could be, I don't know, like 30, 40, 50, 60 pigments, different pigments. And, you know, you would make your own paint. I think, oh my gosh, I would just love to be able to do that. Autumn rain, hello. And pigment numbers, yes. Well, it's interesting that you talk about pigment numbers. Oh, hang on a sec. Chandri says, I have 3 boxes full of all pigments in my... You mean in your supermarket, Chandri? Supermarket aisle of art supply shop? Okay. I use them on my lucky stones. Some pigments are so gorgeous. Oh. Yeah, see? They're expensive. They're expensive. All right. So, autumn rain. Yes, pigment numbers. Interesting point that you... Interesting point that you bring that up, because I'll explain. There was, as you know, I work my day job. I work in an art shop, and the customer was after PY3. Now, the PY3 is yellow. Now, as I understand it, and of course, please correct me if I'm wrong, but the PY3 can be like in different pigments, and some, I think, like some are more, yeah, they're in different pigments, so some might be a little bit darker and lighter and stuff like that. So I don't know, there's always a range. Ali, please correct me. So sometimes the numbers, like for example, like an artist will say to you, if you're doing a teacher, if someone is teaching and they go, look, I really want you to get that PY3. Well, the PY3 can be in something else. It's a yellow, but what kind of a yellow? Yeah. Chrissy, I found a shop called Pigment Tokyo. Oh, I think we must be talking about the same one. It is a good website to, yeah. A shop. Oh, a shop. Okay, yeah, but do they send, you know, to Australia? They probably go through a distributor, not to us plebs. Yeah. Okay, so Katie says, seems to me that with the small back and forth strokes, you are massaging the pigment into the tooth of the paper. Yes. I am a pigment nerd too. Have started making my own pastels. Ooh, nice. Yes, I am. Yes, true. That is pretty much a good way to put it. So therefore, this technique is best used on surfaces like Pastelmat, UArt, and now velvet, Canson velvet. Okay, I wouldn't, not successfully on Color Fix or Mitant Touch. I have tried these, and it's all about the paper allowing me to layer. Okay, because remember, there's your paper. There's your paper. That's the surface on the top. So when the pastel is going on the top of the surface, some of it starts to go in here, right? So therefore, you can layer quite a bit until it starts to now move. That is the best way that I can describe it with this technique, I think. Okay, Chandra, did you solve your, okay. PY yellow pigment, yes, it is the coolest yellow with somewhat greenish undertone. There you go. See, our pigment specialist. I love it. I love how you do that, Ali. Well done. Very good. Okay, so yes. Yeah, and I don't know if you can hear. Yeah. And just to let you know, oh, Dinny, hello, welcome. Welcome, hello from Belgium. Oh, this is beautiful. What time is it there? It must be really late. Okay, so now the way that I'm doing this, for those who are just discovering me or just stumbling on me, because that's how it is here, PanPastels are considered a pastel that has when you're working with it, little to no dust. When you're working with soft tool sponges, okay, just to be clear, when you're using soft tools and soft tool sponges, little to no dust. But the way that I'm using these pans with the brushes, there is powder, okay? I'm creating powder. Look, I'm creating new colors on my palette, and there is the dust. So for people that might be a little bit sensitive, please understand that this method that I'm doing is not like the soft pastels, the regular sticks, but there is a little bit of dust when I do that, but not with the sponges, just to clarify. Okay, oh my gosh, look at that. 12:30. Oh my gosh, that time. I'm so sorry. Oh, well, I'm apologizing. I don't know why I'm apologizing, but I can start earlier because I know our clocks changed, you see? That's why. Our clocks changed today. So, okay. Okay, it's later because they set the clock an hour later, summertime. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, we changed last week. Okay. Yeah, here last week. Yeah, okay. I have to show you. I just can't contain myself. I've been very excited. I've got a pelican project which has been done on Canson velvet paper. I'm excited for a few things. One, because of the technique, and two, mostly is the color of the pastel paper, and I have to show you. But this is a personal project which I'm doing on Patreon. For all of those who don't know, yes, I am on Patreon. I do some live streams on Patreon 2 nights a week. It would be 8 p.m. That's why I got it mixed up with today. 8 p.m. When I was putting the notification on for today's stream, I made a mistake. But it's 8 p.m. Australian time. It's in the evening. And yeah, so I do some personal projects, and I do some personal projects and tutorials, and ones which are on different levels for artists to catch up. Not that artists are new to art, but it's artists that are new to, say, something like PanPastels and the techniques that I do. And you see them on real time, step by step. So that's what they are. And here, it's more of I think a casual art chat, and casual art chat, and I introduce products that I discover, and we sort of have fun here. It's almost like, you know, you need maybe, you know, like a cup, you know, get your cup of tea or your cup of coffee, or, you know, something else if you wanted to, and just sit and relax and join the conversation and ask me questions. Heidi, hello! I have a few minutes finally, so I decided to drop in to say hi and see what you're doing. Oh, hello, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. I hope you are well, darling. I hope. Well, I'm doing a gumnut, an Australian native, with a funny frog leaning over. The only difference is, well, of course, it's surreal because the gumnut is only, for example, this big, and my frog is probably about the size of the palm of my hand, right? But, you know, it's a surreal thing, all right? That's what I'm doing. Okay, so, but nice to see you here. Okay, oh, I'm sorry. Chandra says, I got a 3-in-1. Okay, Dini, yeah, I have the Cancer mitten. There is a relief on it. Cannot find the right words. Is that normal? Well, I'll show you what this is. Chris, I'll show you in just a second. Chrissy, I just looked into Pigment Tokyo website and they do international shipping. It will be via DHL, EMS, or FedEx. Oh, I can do DHL, FedEx, that's okay. Oh, very cute. Well, look, let me show you my pelican. Oh, that sounds funny when I say that. This is on the red, and I'm going to have to zoom out on this one. Hang on, bear with me. Can't reach. Oh, that's about as far as I can go. Okay, so texture is the word, yes. Okay, so this is the deep red. It is awesome. I love this color. I've bought it for the first time. I have been talking about this one forever. And this is what my pelican looks like at the moment. I'll just move it a little bit. There we go. Yes, so this, people have been saying, oh, it's like Pastelmat. No, it's not like Pastelmat. It's not like Pastelmat at all. Different paper. Love this paper too. Okay, now, you know I'm a Pastelmat girl. But I'll tell you what, this is in my canon now as well. So I will be playing with both papers. Aren't we lucky to have? Really cool. So, you know, he's got a crown. There's a crystal ball, it's like a ball, but there's another landscape within a landscape. You know, I do surreal stuff. And this is what you'll see me working on Patreon. And you're quite welcome to do it as well. Because our friend Cherry here has done this one already. And it's awesome. Hey, Cherry. Yes, so that is what we're doing on Patreon at the moment. Well, what I am. And I'll tell you what that is all about. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yes. Yeah, awesome. So, but that red is, I tell you what, if you can get your hands on that red, get it. It is nice. It is really, really nice. But it's a different paper. I don't think it's a, if you touch it initially, you'll think, oh, because Pastelmat is real smooth This one is a little bit grainier, but this technique works on there. I think it's even more, it catches the pastel even more so than this one. Again, I can get layers. It actually, the Canson paper took me a little bit by surprise because I was able to get the pastel on there no problem. But then when I started putting the pastel pencils, I struggled a little bit. And thinking that it was like Pastelmat, that I could do the same thing. It is a little bit different. Some pastels were pastel pencils were really good on top. With pastels you can, because it's a pastel paper, okay? That's the long and the short of it. It's a pastel paper. You can do lots of things with it. You can put pencil. I've tried a few things on there. But essentially it's a pastel paper. So always remember that. Oh, what have I done here? Needed eraser. His elbow. I've gone over his elbow. Poor frog. Let's just do that. Yeah. Yes, so yeah, so I'm doing quite a few personal projects on there because I've got an exhibition, a solo exhibition towards the end of the year, and I've just got to paint madly. And so, yeah, so you'll see me doing a lot of these projects that are going towards that, like this one here. So anything I pick up, or I'm trying anything to do that. Of course, on Patreon, a little bit different. We do have, of course, there are requests, of course. Now, can you explain, here, Dinny, when you explain to me relief on it, what do you mean by that? Do you mean as in texture? Is that what you're saying? Texture is the word? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you mean? Yeah. Yes, okay, gotcha. Yeah. I mean, that's, yeah, because I know some people, some artists love texture. It's perfect. It's perfect. Now this is all blocking in. It doesn't look like much here at the moment, but it is blocking. It's blocking, okay, and it's very blurry as well. Oh, that's bright, isn't it? Helen, hello. Oh, how do I know if I'm using the right side? Right side? You mean the right side of, you mean the right side of the paper? It's the color's just on the top, on one side. You'll see it. You'll see it. You're at work at the moment. No, look, Helen, so sorry. First of all, I made a mistake when I set up the stream. I did it in the PM instead of AM, so I beg your pardon for that. But yes. Okay, Canson Mitant is textured on one side, and it is completely different paper than Canson Mitant Velvet. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? Canson Mitant is textured. There's touch, hang on, there is what's called traditional pastel paper, Mitant. Touch, which is gritty, sandpapery, right? And then there's velvet, which is to touch, like on the fingers. It's not as rough as the touch, the velvet. Do you understand? Oh, hang on. Can you hear this? Okay. That, but it's not rough, okay? It's not rough for the fingers. It's smoother on the fingers, but it's not textured. Yeah. It's not like the touch, I mean. Yeah. Yeah, Canson have got 3 types of pastel paper that I know of. Okay, yes, it's textured, not smooth as the velvet. Yeah. Ali says, Chrissy, when working with pastel, is there a dry and wet stage like paint? Because when I lay it blends into the previous layer. Is there a dry and wet stage? With pastel, it's a dry media. If you wanted to add liquid to it, for example, some people will use alcohol, some people will use mineral spirits, some people will use water, right? No matter what you do, you've got to let that dry. And then you can work the next layer. If it, when I layer, it just blends into the previous layer. Well, yes. I mean, I'm blending here. Am I understanding what you're saying? I hope I'm understanding what you're saying. Yeah, it never stops blending. Yeah. It's like little dimples. Yeah, yes, it's textured, not smooth as the velvet. Okay. Yeah. All right, so let's just leave that area for the moment. I mean, I'm blending with pastel. Okay. Yeah. That's what this is. I'm blending dry. That's what it is. And it's like with wet paint. You can blend when wet. Yeah. I hope I understand what you're saying. Yep. All right. So let's get into this gum nut, hey? I've done that area and I've done that. That's okay. That's fine there. Yeah. So I hope I'm understanding what you mean. Let's put that to the side. Okay. Here we go. Just pulling out some colours now. I think what I would like to do is magenta and light. And a darker one. Yeah, I think I understand what you mean. And see, this pastel mat, oh, hang on. is smooth. Like this is smooth. There is a texture, but it's not like velvet. The Canson velvet is more grittier. In my experience, I don't know. Yeah, can I use that paper on both sides? No. What have I got? Oh, no. That's already taped down. Let me see if I can find some paper. Give me a minute. Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh no, I can't find any. No. I thought I had some handy, like a little piece, but no, it's on one side. You can only use it on one. I mean, pastel that is. Yeah, only on one side. Okay, sorry. It is hard to explain, but when you paint in acrylics, it is wet and you can blend. Yes. When the paint dries, you can layer over it without affecting the underneath. Yes, I understand that. Does pastel behave the same? No. No. Only, okay, with this method, no. I'll tell you why, because right now, I am applying the pastel down, right? When I go on top, the color that I put on top will influence that. And it's like painting a la prima with, as in oils, okay? Yes, the underneath layer affects what you put on top, yes. Some people, when they use pastel sticks, they will make marks and they will not blend. Okay, there are different techniques that they don't blend. They'll just use the pastel stick on top and they don't, blend with their fingers and stuff like that. That happens. It's all down to experimentation. I think you should have a go. Try which way suits you. Yes, definitely the colors that I'm putting down here are going to influence what I do. I need to put a layer down, definitely, and then, for example, this bit here, see that? Oh, sorry. All right. See? Oh, hey, Dina, no. See, that has influenced the color. It's not light like that, but that's a tint. And I've just made it a little bit lighter. I've changed the value. So the answer is, oh, that turned out all right too. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, Katie says, yes, try both and see what you like. This paper will only take a few layers. Get some Pastelmat or velvet instead. Oh, I see, Katie. Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. There's 3 types. There's traditional, which is soft and smooth. And yes, what Katie said, you can use both sides if you want. The touch, sorry, I'm trying to find my words. The touch, which is a bit textured, and the velvet, which is, again, a textured paper, but it's just different. Again, different. The velvet will take more layers than the touch, if I can put it that way. I think I'm going to use the Mutant for oil pastel. Yeah, I reckon that would be good. I've tried it. It's beautiful. Dinny, very nice. Very, very nice. Yes, beautiful for oil pastel. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Katie, as you can see, this way of painting with the brushes gives me a lot of control. So if you're an artist that loves control and detail, this is probably a very good method. Slow, okay? It's slow. But I love it. I absolutely love this. I have a lot of freedom and very forgiving, very forgiving. I'm loving these questions. Fire away. Keep on going. Yes, my first was to try. Okay. Let me see. Katie says to Dinny. Yeah. Yes, my first try was not so good with that paper. I'm going to get Pastelmat. Okay. I think I'm going to use the Mitant for oil pastels also. Yes. Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I understand. But there's a learning curve. Remember, there's a learning curve. Persevere with it a little bit. And I think don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to experiment. My Gumnut finishes here. There's my frog, and here. His fingers are here. Here it is there. That's what I'm doing. Just for those who've just popped in. Do you work flat? Almost always for this, because I'm filming. You see, I've got a camera which is that way. And it's really good for filming. And then I have a camera which is looking at me here, right there, that way. And I have another camera which is on my left hand side, so I've got different angles when I do videos. But yes, the reason why I work flat is for filming, not for anything else. I mean, I enjoy working upright as well, and that's why I've got all of this glassine, because I lean and I don't have to hold my hand up for hours, you know, so because I'm here for a long time. And so resting my hand on the glassine is a good thing for me. Yeah. Yeah. So this is one of the best tools. The best tools that you will ever have when you're doing work like this is the kneadable eraser, the glassine paper, and my palette. This palette that I'm mixing colors on. The three tools that I cannot live without. It is difficult for me to work. Yes, pastels all over, working flat, yeah. Well, but if there is a little bit of, if there's a little bit of pastel, I have a vacuum cleaner. A lot of you have seen these, but for the people that haven't, I have this one. And it picks up the pastel. Now this has a HEPA filter, right? So, I mean, so that's how, so I pick up the pastel that way. So there's no, doesn't fall or anything like that. Pastels all over me, working. Yeah, I imagine. Yes, so, but this is a slow process, remember, you know, it is. But, okay, do you have oil pastel lessons? Yes, I do. I do. I've done oil pastels on my Patreon channel. And I usually go by requests. So if you have a request, so see Ali, if you're still here, See how you were asking about, does it blend? Well, yes, see? But I'm making it blend too, okay? I think it's all about experimenting. Experiment. But the way I'm doing this also, I'm picking up just enough pastel to put a layer on, and I'm building it very slowly. It is slow. It's not a quick thing that I'm doing. And it is blocking as well. This is blocking. Okay, tomorrow I go and do one. Now it's 1 o'clock and bedtime. I watch this. I'll watch the rest later. Good night. Oh, thank you so much, Dinny, for popping in. I know it's late. I don't know how to do this. Maybe I should start earlier, maybe. If I start earlier, does it still make it easy? Chandri, you're the time person. Look at the tiny Temu vacuum cleaners with filters. I might have a look at those too. So, someone tell me, because you're in different parts of the world there, but the Northern Hemisphere. So, okay, I got a job interview Tuesday. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Helen, is it going to be good for you? I hope so. There you go. So if I started an hour earlier, so it's 1 a.m. now, but if I started my time 7 a.m. instead of 8 a.m., does that help the Northern Hemisphere? Like the Europeans. So if I started, I started at 8 o'clock. So what time was it? Cherry or Chandri? Because Cherry's in the UK. Did you say it was 11 o'clock? You said 11 o'clock, Cherry, didn't you? Yeah, Chrissy. For us, it's 11 p.m. then, and for England, 10 p.m. Okay, how late did you start now? Well, see, I started at 8 a.m. in Australian Eastern Standard Time, Dinny. So when I start that time, because our clocks have changed, like daylight saving for the Northern Hemisphere has started and daylight saving for us here has finished. I'm quite happy to start 7 a.m., which makes it a lot easier. But holy moly, 7 a.m. is so early for you. I know, but that doesn't matter. I wake up 6 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, I'm an early riser, so it doesn't matter. Never that company again. Okay. So are you happy for me to do that? Yeah, here in Canada it's 7. Oh, okay, Heidi, 7 p.m. Right, okay. So it's 7 p.m. right now in Canada. That makes it nicer for us here. Yes, okay. Well, I'm quite happy to change that time. Definitely. Makes it nicer. Yeah, all right. An hour is easier, I think. It's not that bad. Yeah. Okay. So next week, don't be surprised. Say, oh, I missed it. No. I will do that. And start 7. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Well, then you're going to have to explain to our other friends. Yeah, yes, do. Let me tell you if I need to call every week and tell them what wasn't agreed on. Yeah. Okay. Daylight saving time is annoying to deal with, and some countries don't follow it. Yes. I mean, even some of the states here in Australia don't have it. Queensland, which is the state above where I live, they don't have daylight saving. Western Australia, they don't have it. I think South, I don't know, but there are some states that don't have it, and it's annoying for even people in the same country. So, yeah. All right. So, okay. So I'm going to actually play with some lights here. See how we go. Gently build the lights. Okay. So gently build the lights, and I did put the lights somewhere. It went away. I swear sometimes these pan pastels grow legs. I think they grow legs. That's okay. I can make the tint. Okay. All right. Now bye. Okay, Tinny. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I do. Okay. I think I watch in bed a little while. Okay. All right. So, okay. Your question. Is that PY yellow? Let's have a look. Hang on. Good question. I like it. Here we go. There's a combination because I'll tell you why. This is bright yellow green. Look at that. PY3 and PG17. There you go. Can you see that? Yep. I had to cover it because it's going to go over that. Yeah. Although, here we go, Hansa yellow. PY3. And look at the light fastness. Look, 4 stars. And that's another thing with pan pastels. The light fastness is high because there's a lot of pigment in there. It's got my name on it is because I took my pan pastels to the workshop and I didn't want to get it mixed up with everyone else. So that's the reason I've labelled them that way. Yeah, so there you go. Interesting. Yes. And if we're into pigments, here we go. Oh wow, that's interesting. Oh, there's my bright yellow green. I was looking for it. Oh my gosh, look, there we go. PY3, PG17, which is the green, G, pigment, green. And look, PW6, white, titanium white. And that goes with there. But look, I had made the tint by using, this is the good thing with pan pastels. This is the actual pigment, and I used a white, the titanium white, and I mixed it, and I made the tint. Chrissy, have you been letting your pan pastels hang with your kneaded eraser? I'm afraid so. Sneaks. Funny. Okay, I have to go. My daughter's birthday lunch. Thank you. Love to hang with you all. Thank you so much, Louise. Talk to you soon again. Thanks for popping by. Okay, so that's so funny, Deb. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so there you go. Isn't that an interesting thing? And for example, permanent red, PR254. I have to look what these are. Well, I know the red is, I know the R is for red, but I've got to look up the 254. And I think, yeah, I think it's really cool that they do that. So here we go. Yellow ochre, PY42. Again, look at the light fastness. Yeah. And I think that's important for us. Yeah. All right. Well, can I just then say, okay, bright green. Okay, bright green for me is PY3, PG7, PG17. Does create muddy, earthy yellow greens. Let's have a look. Hang on. Now you got me on a thing. Oh, look at that. That's PG50. It's not exactly what you're after. Oh, here we go. PG7. Phthalo. There we go. PY3, PG17, and sorry, PG17, PY3, and what? And it's another green, is it? Another green. What have I got? Chrome? Maybe the only green that I've got here. Let me see. Is that chrome? Oh yeah. Here we go. Where's the chrome? Oh, it's PB because there's black in this one because it's a shade. Hang on a sec. Can I get it? Where's my chromes? Oh, my chromes. I've got to get it because we're talking about it. Oh, hang on. Here's the chrome. It's that one. PG17. So, Ali. These three is what you're saying. Phthalo green, chrome green, and Hansa yellow. Bright green for me. Does create muddy. Oh, you're going to make me do it. You're going to make me do it. I'm just oh yeah, look at that. It does. See, this is the good thing with the pans. They excuse me, not sponsored. They don't pay me to do this. I'm just sharing because I get excited and want to show you. So Ali, very good. It is a lovely, it's sort of like a muted bright green actually. And I suppose it all depends on how much you use of each one. But yes, look at that. Very good. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. There we go. But that's PanPastels for you. That's what I'm trying to say. Especially for wet media artists. Look, it's on there. Especially for wet media artists, and wanted to get into something different like pastels, this is definitely a very nice transition. Oh my gosh, now you've changed it on me? Jeez. PG7 and PY3 is a bright green. A muddier version would be, okay, oh my gosh, okay. But I get it. I get it. All right. All right. So, Well, I tell you what, that'll be it for today. I think I'll stop for today because I really need to concentrate and get into the frog and other things. But thank you so much for joining me this week. I know I mixed it up a bit. I'm so sorry. But yes, next week, next Saturday, God willing, I will start earlier. Okay. I will start earlier and give plenty of warning. How about that? Yes, I will. All right. Well, thank you all so much. Have a lovely weekend. Lucky you people. Now you have more day, more time to do more art. Nice. Okay. Trouble saying goodbye. I really do. Thank you all. Have a lovely weekend. Have a lovely week. And I'll see you all next week. Bye for now. Big hug to you all.